All right, so you have your scope mounted, level, and bore sighted. So now the thing that we need to do is zero the scope to the rifle. A proper zero now will lead to less frustration out in the field, whether you're hunting or at a match. So the most important step before we actually start shooting is to have a solid foundation within our rifle. That could be whether we're running a bipod up front with a bag in the rear, or maybe we've got a bag up front and a bag in the rear. But either way, we need to have our rifle in a solid foundation, nice and sturdy, so I can get behind the rifle and take accurate shots. So the goal here isn't just to take one shot and then make an adjustment, to take another shot, make an adjustment. Typically what we want to do is we want to take 3 to 5 shots, and then we're going to make an adjustment, whether it's in our elevation or our windage. Now, another thing that I like to do when I'm in this process of zeroing an optic, especially on a brand new rifle, is I'm going to go ahead and run my chrono so I can get my speed, the actual speed of the projectile as it goes down range. And I'm also going to follow the manufacturer's break-in procedure on the rifle. So I'm going to try and knock out 3 things at once while at the range. So once you have your group, measure the distance from your point of aim to the point of impact. So let's say your group is 2 inches high and 1 inch to the right at 100 yards. Now we need to translate that into the scope adjustments. So if your scope adjusts in quarter-MOA clicks, you know that 1 click moves the impact a 1/4 inch at 100 yards. So if you move the group down 2 inches, you'll need 8 clicks in the down direction. And to move it 1 inch left, you'll need 4 clicks in the left direction. After you make those adjustments, now fire another group aiming at the original point of aim. This is going to be your confirmation group. It should be centered right on target. If it is, you have a 0. If it's not, we're going to make more adjustments, and then we're going to fire another group at the same spot. So now that I'm zeroed, there's one critical step left, and that's going to be documenting all my information. I want to document the type, grain, and caliber of ammo that I'm running. I want to document the feet per second that I was getting out of my Garmin here. I'm going to document the distance, right? I may have been only able to shoot at 102 yards instead of exactly 100. So I want to put all of that into a piece of paper so that way later I can come back in and I'm going to dial that all into my Kestrel. If you don't have a Kestrel, there's plenty of apps that you can grab to put on your phone and put all that information in there, as well as the environmental conditions that we are shooting in today. So now before we leave and head home, or let's say we're going to take some shots out to 300, 400 and things like that, the last thing I want to do is I want to actually zero my turret caps. Now some optics like this Vortex will allow me to do that, other optics will not, and that's not a problem. If your optic allows you to do this, check out the owner's manual for that. If it doesn't, just take a silver or gold Sharpie and we're going to put a mark on the cap and onto the scope, one line here, and that's going to let me know that if my turret ever gets bumped, I can simply just turn it back to that silver line or gold line and I'm back to 0. Now, if you want to learn how to use your windage and elevation turrets, check us out on the next video.